Hey, so I worked in the restaurant industry for a really long time, and I've worked for some big restaurants that are doing $5 to $10 million a year as a restaurant, which is quite incredible, especially when you live in a town like the one I live in, which is pretty small. And the things that made these restaurants successful or not successful, because I've been working in a lot of them, and I've been in ones that have been around for 40 years, I've been in ones that have been around for 5 years, and I've been around ones that have been out of business. And what makes the difference is the details. And the details are often overlooked. But one of the restaurants I used to work at was this really high-end restaurant, and we had to take tests on all the food, the menus. We not only did we have to know that the fish had a lemon beurre blanc sauce, and it came with mashed potatoes and broccolini. We had to know the 13 ingredients that were in the lemon beurre blanc sauce. It came with cayenne pepper, cayenne pepper, white salt, butter, lemon, garlic, shallots, blah, blah, blah. You didn't know all those things. So if there was a food allergy or if something happened in the restaurant, you were able to tell people the exact ingredients that went into this dish. Same with food, or same with wine, same with alcohol, same with cocktails, and they quizzed you on it. They made you constantly think of these things. And it was good in one sense and was a pain in the ass in the other sense. And what I learned from this was that they weren't willing to sacrifice and bring their level of service and expectations down because someone new came in that was a hot shot at another restaurant, or they were really a good server and they brought a lot of entertainment and charisma and personality to the restaurant and could get high tips and bring people in because they're a good person. They still weren't willing to bring their level of standards down to that individual that came and was like, well, this is bullshit. I don't want to memorize this stuff. I don't have to take a quiz every 6 months on food ingredients. This is dumb. I'm not going to fold the napkins. I'm not going to do my side. Like we had binders with all the side work you had to do. And there was a level of expectation. And if you didn't meet that level, you were gone. You weren't going to make it. And the amount of money we made at this restaurant was incredible. The people that worked there full time, 6 days a week, those individuals were making $125,000, $150,000 a year waiting tables. So it was real money that could be made there. But the demand and what was expected out of you was so high that you wouldn't make the cut at all if you didn't put in the time. And you literally had to study menus. You literally had to know this stuff because the way they made it happen was when someone came there, they had a different experience. And that detail of knowing those menus, everyone served the meals the same way. Like you delivered the meal on the left side, you delivered the drinks on the right side, you cleared the plates on the right side. There were so many details that had to be happened. I don't even know if that makes sense. But there were so many details that you were required to do. And if you didn't do them, you were out. And one of my favorite parts of these details was the guest has to, you can't even call them a customer, they have to be a guest. The guest had to be greeted within the first minute of being there, and they had to have water in their glass within the first 90 seconds of sitting down at that table. And that goes a long way. And when you start noticing these things, when you start working at restaurants like this, I worked at this restaurant for a long time, and it fucked me up because everywhere I went from then on, my level of expectation and what I just thought was going to happen everywhere I went, it never met that. And so it fucked me up in the sense that I never was satisfied when I went to a restaurant from the service. But one thing you will notice is when you sit down at a restaurant and no one comes over and gives you water right away, and you're waiting 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes before a server or water hits your glass, it upsets you. And these are the little details that keep people coming back over and over and over. And this level of service provided an experience for these customers and these guests that they didn't get anywhere else. And because of it, they left raving reviews. If you go on TripAdvisor for this restaurant, they have like 1,000 reviews at 4.9 whatever stars. And if your meal or your experience wasn't exceptional, they took care of you. They just comped it. They said, whatever. We care more that you had a good experience and that you will speak well of us rather than just saying, sorry, have a nice night. And that's the difference of a restaurant doing $1 million a year or a couple $100,000 a year, $5 million a year, or consistently doing $7 to $10 million a year over and over and over for decades. That's the difference. And the same goes for your construction business. The level of detail. How often are you cleaning the job site? How often are you picking up the phone? How often are you doing little things, putting up signs for cabinet selections or finishes, or little signs to welcome the owner, or little gifts for the client? Whatever it is, the details, the little things that you do and you consistently do. You don't do it for a week. You don't do it for a day. You don't do it when the client's in town. You don't do it to impress someone. You do it day in and day out. Those are the details that will make you the money. Those are the details that will keep you in business. And those are the details that will give you a business that's going to last for decades, not years. Decades, something you can hand off to your kids, something you can sell at the end of the day, or something you can close your doors and know that you did the right thing and you made a lot of money doing it. That's my 2 cents for today. Hope you have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye.